Hi again, it's Blake with Northwinds Wilderness School. I wanted to talk to you today about the past 7 days. The past 7 days have been amazing, intriguing, educational, super fun. I think all of those words describe it pretty accurately. For the last 7 days, we've had Kersey Lawrence of Original Wisdom and Lee Gutteridge of Nature Guide Training here at Northwinds. We started off by doing a cyber tracker trailing evaluation at Wild River State Park. And then we did a 4-day trailing workshop here in Siren, Wisconsin. So for those that aren't familiar, Cyber Tracker is an organization that started in South Africa that teaches people a repeatable and measurable method of tracking and trailing wild animals. Some people use tracking for hunting, some people use it for biology, some people use it for wildlife tracking and maintenance. People use tracking for all sorts of different things. But whatever method or avenue you take to tracking, a cyber tracker is a great way to go about it. They have an actual method to teach tracking rather than just saying that's a deer track, that's a bobcat track, whatever. They can show you how to identify different tracks of different animals, how to interpret what the animal is doing by what you're seeing, and how to follow that animal from where you find its tracks to where it is now, because every trail ends at the animal. Kersey and Lee are both senior rank trackers in the cyber tracker system, which I believe is the highest rank you can have. They are both evaluators for track and sign and for trailing. Original Wisdom and Nature Guide Training are the two companies that are owned by Kersey and Lee. Nature Guide Training trains licensed field guides in South Africa, and Original Wisdom teaches tracking and trailing all over the world. These two people are fantastic, and they really, really know what they're doing when it comes to identifying and following wildlife. They work all over the world in all sorts of different environments, and everywhere they go, they're received as experts in the field of tracking. We were honored to have them here with us for a full week. We started off with a trailing evaluation, which is a test to identify a fresh animal track and follow it to the animal to achieve cyber tracker rank. Northwinds Wilderness School, along with the Minnesota Tracking Club, participated in this evaluation on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Sunday night, we all drove here to the Northwinds campus, excuse me, where we camped out for the next 4 days, and we spent every day from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. in the woods trailing white-tailed deer. We studied track aging through a track aging box here on the campus.
Is this your day 2? Your day 2 was
That's day 3, because remember, day 1, I walked through here. And then day 2, I walked through here, and day 3, I walked through here.
So here's your day 3.
Yeah.
Here.
And I mean, if we didn't have some of these heel marks in here, I wouldn't be able to tell where the tracks were. That's how quickly they disappear, which actually is a pretty good indication that when you're out there and you find a good trail, that something you think is good, and you're able to follow it, it's probably because it's pretty fast.
And through actually going out in the field on a really windy day and watching tracks wash away in the sand before our eyes. We trailed deer through deep, dry, windy leaf substrate and pine duff, which are both very challenging. And we trailed deer through sort of wet, leafy forest, which is a little bit easier. This is me trailing a bear on asphalt. Hopefully, you can kind of make out that these are bear tracks.
They're really nice right here, Blake. The mama bear's here.
All right, I'm gonna step off the trail for a second. Look, bear track, bear track, bear track. But let's go back to the one we're following.
Yeah.
So, for real, right now we're trailing bears on asphalt. We spotted a couple deer, none in the way that we were hoping, but what I personally got from this was a whole new world of trailing. I now feel confident to go out, find a fresh deer trail, and follow it to the animal. This is my second trailing workshop, and after the first one, I felt like I understood what trailing was, but it still didn't seem real to me. Now after the second one, I've already proven to myself that I can go out in the woods by myself, find a set of deer tracks and follow it for hundreds and hundreds of meters through the woods by picking out tracks and signs and knowing what to look for. And I have Kersey and Lee to thank for this. They taught us a method that we can use to improve our own trailing. Here you'll see some of the tracks that we looked at, and you can get an idea of what we're working with. Yeah, I know. Crazy. I can barely even tell that some of those are deer tracks, and I was there. Moving forward, we are going to start teaching some tracking classes and some trailing classes. Whether it's with us, with someone else, or on your own, I strongly suggest you get out and do some tracking. Look at some animal tracks. Try to figure out what kind of animal made it. Maybe try to follow the tracks to the animal. It's really fun, it's really rewarding, and the more that people are getting out and participating in nature, the more likely people are to protect it. Again, my name is Blake with Northwinds Wilderness School. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you think you might know anyone who likes it, please share it with them. Otherwise, have a great afternoon.